Everyone, it's Andrew Van, your host of One Star Reviews, flying solo today without Larry Simonson as he's busy with a lot of other projects, including the New South Comedy Festival in Greenville, South Carolina. Check them out at Coffee Underground at Alchemy Comedy, and all the acts coming in Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this coming weekend here in the second week of November. Today's episode is a special one. I wanted to do some kind of holiday theme for the next couple episodes, and when I thought about the holidays and thought about Thanksgiving and Christmas, I thought about my dad and how he passed away this past January. And at his funeral, I said the story about how he worked too much and he did too much. And one particular story came to mind where growing up, we would go to a family friend's house every year in 6 Mile, South Carolina. My dad would always feel it necessary to never come empty-handed. A lot of people bring like wine, flowers, beer, something to, partake in together. My dad was a big fan of ham, but not just any ham, honey-baked ham. And I remember this family friend walked my dad to his deep freezer one day in the laundry room and said, "You do too much. Too much." And he opened up the freezer and there was like 6 hams in there. He didn't know how to disappoint my dad, and Dad just kind of looked and laughed. And I remember he said, "No more ham." And that was the end of that. It's quite funny to me. Miss my dad. And that's why this episode is it's a special memory, because growing up, you want that centerpiece meal, right? You got the stuffing done, you got your mac and cheese, you got your green bean casserole, your sweet potato casserole, and you need something aside from a dry old turkey. So you need that sweet, salty, crispy, honey-baked ham. So here in Greenville, South Carolina, at 400 South Pleasantburg Drive, I want to read you the reviews of honey-baked ham. I pre-ordered 10 items online, and they only had 2. I am putting on a huge family Easter dinner tomorrow and had to scramble around to figure out what to do. I would suggest people not order from this store. Never again. Well, to be fair, I'm pretty sure a lot of people scramble to make a family dinner for Easter, so you're not the only one. I'm not saying you maybe had poor planning on that part. Maybe they ran out of food. But this was 7 months ago. And I don't know, I would say it's still pretty early on in this pandemic we are in. So, supply chain issues, lack of staff, I apologize. It's amazing what you could do, though, if you have a couple cans of green beans and a couple cans of condensed soup. Just saying, as long as you put those fried, crispy onions on top, you're good to go. That's a dish and a side all together right there, just to help you out. Let's read another one. I've eaten more many times, but no more. No more. First off, the service is lacking. Always has. They come across if they're doing you a favor. The food is okay, but way overpriced. The thing that has made me stop going, I walked in, and the woman behind the counter, all caps, yelled, "Sir, if you want to come in, you have to wear a mask." I thought, the ever-living hell am I going to eat with a mask on? But it was more how she yelled, and everyone turned around and looked at me. I'm done. Well, I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry that you did not want to eat in your mask like a muzzle. I don't blame you. That would make me very angry too. I would look at you if someone had yelled too, and make sure it wasn't me, and withdraw myself from a place that only serves 2 sides. All right, let's get another one here. Bad service. Eyebrow raise emoji face. The ham is great, We had some last night. It was 5:20 when we came in. They closed at 6 o'clock. We were rushed and tossed out back our coupon and told we don't take that. Then, after finding the right coupon, she said, "That's only good on the bigger ham," and tossed that one back at us and told us, "Now I have to cancel the order and start over." We were a big problem for this girl because she would rather close and go home than help any customers. Get a job where you don't have to communicate with anyone or with anyone. It's called customer service. Props to you for using coupons. I'm a big coupon believer myself. People need to do that more often. That's how this world works. Mailpak. MAILPAK wouldn't thrive without coupons. Coming to you, Kohl's would not thrive without coupons. And sorry that happened. I think there's a theme here. That there's a woman that is very anxious as she works at Honey Baked Ham. As I continue reading some of these reviews on the spot, I wish the best for her. I'm sure it is very hectic right now with a lot of places like this that are short-staffed and hard to manage, and especially right now during November when it is literally their Christmas season, and I can't imagine how much busier they're going to get in the next couple weeks. So let's move on to another one. The ham itself gets 5 stars, but the customer service is horrible. I witnessed the cashier yelling and being so disrespectful to numerous customers. I was in total shock over the way she treated customers. By the way, customers is capitalized. So, like, I don't understand. I guess you're just exuberating customers. The cashier's name was, not going to read that. I stood behind this one old man with a cane. I guess that's very important. For almost an hour. Once he got up there, she was so rude to him. Not only did she yell at him, she sat there and argued with him. It was so embarrassing to watch a young lady argue with an elderly man. He was not the only one she treated this way. Well, it's good to know that she's going to yell at everyone. Regardless of your age, gender, or whatever, she's going to pick a fight. She's consistent, at least. Good for her. Don't order a whole roast turkey online. Everything goes fine until you arrive to pick it up and are informed that they don't have whole roast turkeys at the store. Would be nice to have been informed when order is placed. Best bet is just forget the online ordering altogether. So we've learned that you can't really go in and expect good things. You can't order online. And if you can't call in advance, man, it's going to be travesty. Normally, I don't read these reviews' names, but that guy's name was Mitch Crisp. I think that's a cool name. Hey, Mitch Crisp, good for you. 11 months ago. Be ready to wait! That's all there was, apparently. All right, next one. Place an order in advance for 7 hams. Nothing ready, and poor customer service. I really hope those hams are going somewhere charitable. I can't imagine how big your family has to be if you were going to get 7 hams, which reminds me of the Patton Oswalt joke where he was at some deli or a grocery store. I can't remember the exact joke, so I may butcher it. And in the off chance that Patton Oswalt, the great Patton Oswalt, ever listen to my podcast, then I apologize in advance. But the joke is basically there was a man, and Patton's not very bashful about his own weight and stature, and it was like, this guy's bigger than me. And all I can remember at the counter was this man going up and saying, "I want all the ham." So Ham is ruined for me. All right. We got a journey on this next one here. Let me get the music ready. Had lunch here 2 days ago. There was only 2 ladies working up front. No one else to be seen most of the entire rush. After the major rush was over, 4 employees came back and I was amazed. Everyone should be helping out when you're busy. I had to wait for over 10 minutes on a sandwich and the bacon was still raw. Keep in mind, I had already waited a while just to order. I have to give credit to, as she was working extremely hard while everyone else was MIA. Her professionalism was better than the 2 managers I seen show up from the back of the 2 others employees rush and almost over. I witnessed the GM and assistant manager Don Bicker. Oh, I guess his name was Don Bicker about dates or something. The GM isn't very friendly with the customers. Video footage would have proved this to corporate. It was crazy. The previous time I came here was about 3 days prior. I had to choose 2 lunch special and my lettuce was brown. I think the employees that were working hard like Megan should get a raise and the lazy manager should be out. A manager and the rest of the team should never leave 2 people alone during rush. I've been very disappointed lately with the food quality, service, and the amount of time it takes to get your meal. I didn't realize it was a regular amount of people going to Honey Baked Ham for lunch. I mean, I know they serve sandwiches and salads and so on. It's just kind of off the beaten path, though, of Pleasantburg, where there's not a ton of major businesses around it. Yes, there's a technical campus. There's a few businesses like, your loan places, and I think there's a gas station, but not anything that's like major there. Well, at least not down the street until you get down the street going towards 85. So that's surprising. It is a little disappointing, I guess. All right, let's see what we got next. If you have money to burn. That's all there is. Very dramatic on that one. I think that was very appropriate there. All right, let's see. Costs too much. Took kids for sandwiches. $68. Dang, $68? What sandwich did you get? How many kids do you have? Oh, I have 2 kids myself, and if I paid for sandwiches that came out to $68, it'd be like some gold leaf sandwiches, grilled, 5 cheeses, like the expensive cheese, like Gruyere or some bullshit. Like, good Lord. $68. I just really got to know what kind of sandwiches those are now. I want to just call up there. Maybe I should on a live. I don't know. We'll do it. We'll do it with you guys. You guys want to listen to me running and rambling myself. So, let's go to another one. I bought 2 hams. Paid $129. It was the worst hams I'd ever bought there. Have been buying hams here for 17 years. So disappointed. As I was reading that, I was thinking to myself, it was the best of hams. It was the worst of hams. Sorry, that's just how my brain works. Also, I do get irritated, though, that when a person says they've been to a place for many, quote, years, and then the one time they do get bad service is like, oh, now I will leave a bad review. Disregard all the other many great times I have put ham in my body that was delicious, salty, sugary, crispy, and moist, fatty in my mouth. But I'll take this one time that scarred me for life. And that's true. A lot of times you will find people will boycott a restaurant, and particularly so fast because of one-time bad service. You can forget all the times you've had good meals at a place, but the one time you get a bad rap is done. It's so crazy to me. That's how the restaurant industry works. Well, anyway, I'm going to get going here. Listen to other episodes we have. We've done over 70-ish episodes right now at this point with 1-star reviews, as we've read local businesses mostly in Greenville, South Carolina. I truly love my hometown. The reason we do this is because I just like reading bad reviews of good businesses and trying to give them plugs through bad press meets good press. Anyway, listen to anything you're listening to our voices on Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, all the things there. Pretty much, if you are listening to my voice, you know how to hit click subscribe and follow more episodes there coming out. This has been Honey Baked Ham 1-star reviews.